Okay, Faisal from Florida writes, Tom, why do wrestlers do so well in MMA? That's an excellent question. In fact, if you ask most people today who are experts in the sport of mixed martial arts, they will all make a strong case, whether it's an editor, a commentator, other fighters, that wrestling really is the best foundation, the best art to know for MMA. Now, where the confusion comes in is people just consider wrestling takedowns. If that were the case, if wrestling were just takedowns, God, it'd be so much easier to deal with in mixed martial arts. What wrestling allows people to do is much more than that. It allows them to dictate the pace of the fight, where the fight goes. Why is that important? Well, let's say you are a good wrestler and I'm a good wrestler, but I also have superior striking. I might go ahead and use that wrestling in reverse, meaning I'll keep the fight standing so that I can use my striking and stay in my strong suit. A lot of times when people ask me about wrestling and MMA, I like to use UFC 117 as a case study. If you're not familiar with MMA too well or the fighters in it, there's a fighter worth looking up named Anderson Silva. He's considered by most experts to be the greatest pound for pound fighter right now in the free world. Not someone you want to scrap with. In the UFC, he's made people who are just awesome fighters look like amateurs. He's a beast. Who he went up against is not nearly as complete or decorated a mixed martial artist, but what he is, he's an incredibly effective wrestler when it comes to MMA, and his name is Chael Sonnen. Now, to the surprise of myself and many other people in the MMA world, Chael Sonnen dominated Anderson Silva for the majority of their fight. He would take him down, put him on his butt, and keep him down. And this didn't just happen a little bit, this happened round after round after round after round, all the way into the fifth and championship round. Even then, he was controlling Anderson Silva. Luckily, Anderson Silva, being the experienced mixed martial artist that he is, he has a big bag of tools to choose from. He has a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and he has it under the Nogueira brothers. This allows him to be safe on the bottom of Chael Sonnen and even to work offense. That offense pays off. He sinks a triangle choke, which is a choke from the bottom position that forces Chael Sonnen to tap or pass out. Now, another case study I like to look at in this sport is Chuck Liddell. People think Chuck Liddell, and he really is a poster child for MMA. And kids getting into MMA, or even people that are just getting into MMA, that they come into the gym and they've shaved their heads and they're throwing haymakers and bombs. They want to be like Chuck Liddell, but they neglect to look into the history of Chuck Liddell. Chuck Liddell was a good wrestler in high school. Chuck Liddell wrestled in college at St. Louis Obispo in California. So what we talked about earlier, using your wrestling in reverse, that's why I bring up Chuck Liddell. He's able to use his striking to drop those big bombs because he has wrestling, because he can keep the fight standing using in reverse. In summation, Faisal, what an awesome question. There's still debate about what's the best base for mixed martial arts, but wrestling has a strong, strong case going right now. If you guys have any other questions, it's tomgavrilos@gmail.com. If you're in the Chicagoland area, we're 20 minutes north of the city. This is Gracie Baja, North Shore. Mention Submissions 101, you get a free shirt, you get a week free training, but more importantly, you definitely get qualified instruction and you get a safe environment to train in. And a really huge, a nice facility, really. Thank you so much for your questions. Keep them coming. I'll try to answer as many as I can in video format. If not, I'll definitely get back to you via email. Thank you, guys.